say that.
Okay, well, the bottom of the basement is kind of like a maze, okay, and there are interlocking doors. So if you went down on the elevator and you turned to the right, you'd have to go through one kind of office.
I'm not talking about there. I'm talking about if you come out of the elevator and you turn left, and you
Uh-huh.
turn left again, you go towards the circuit clerk's office.
Yeah,
There's a room within a room that you're walking through to get to the circuit clerk's office.
I know, I understand that, I know exactly what you're talking about,
Okay.
that's what I'm talking about too, maybe I'm just,
Well, when you said come out and turn right, you're heading towards where the judges are located.
well, no, just, it's just a little right, okay? Or
Well, if
maybe
you
it's a
turn
left.
right and
No,
turn
it's a-
right-
you're right, it's a left.
Yeah, cause if you turn
It's
right
just
and
a
turn
little
right
left.
again, you're going into the elevator room
Yeah,
that holds
and-
the
and
motor for the elevator.
I didn't even know that was the elevator room until yesterday, but yeah, I know. No, you turn left, but there's one room,
Mhm.
and that's right next to the circuit clerk's office.
Correct.
But, if anybody wanted to get into the circuit clerk's office, from the public wanted to come in, they've got a sign on the door, circuit clerk's office, and then people have to go through that room. But if they wanted to go to the circuit clerk's office and they went any other way, they'd have to actually go through the courtroom, back through another room in the back,
They wouldn't do that.
and down a hallway.
So right now you got the elevator right here, you come out and you go towards the circuit clerk. The
Yeah.
circuit clerk's right here, let's say. There's a room that's right here that
Right.
they walk through.
Right,
Well, what I thought about was if you just had just a small little hallway, just a little wall right there, hallway for the people to walk down, and this open space right here would all be your office.
it wouldn't be enough space.
You don't think it would be?
It would not.
Okay. I don't know, I mean,
No, it just wouldn't, and, in addition to that, if they were trying to go to the circuit clerk's office, inevitably, I would wind up having to try to direct people to get through. No, I mean,
it's
this,
just a hallway, I mean, you think they turn, they'd see the circuit clerk right there.
okay, remember who I work with. Okay, and a lot of my clients don't know where they're going, and, if they see a door, any door that they could get through, they'll probably think that they're going to the place they wanted to go. I have, even way back in my office back there, I have even had people come in all the way down the hall and knock on my door to find something that was on that floor. I mean, so I would be interrupted fairly
Yeah.
frequently.
You would just think if there was a sign outside there that said public defender, and a sign that said circuit clerk, they would know which door to walk into.
No, I don't think so. I know you don't, probably believe me, but a lot of my clients, they're just gonna go to the first door they can knock on
And ask.
and ask, because they won't know exactly where they're going.
Oh, goodness, hold still, I'll get the door and then you get down. Let me slip back.
How are you doing?
Stuff and pull it.
Did it, oh my
Yeah,
God.
it fell apart.
It fell apart? Oh, bless your heart.
There's no,
Oh,
There's Flyer.
In the room beside the kitchen.
Yes, but that room, for what I was told last, is possibly gonna be a temporary small courtroom.
and/or a jury room.
Well, this past time it was a jury room.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I think that the judge was going to use that as a jury room. And
Yeah, I mean, I don't wanna speak on his behalf, I just heard some different options, so.
yeah, and actually, I wouldn't mind having the whole kitchen, I guess, but,
What do you mean?
I mean, there is a kitchen, and I guess I could have an office in the kitchen, but it might be very, might be very
You might be
interesting.
interrupted in there.
Well, no, not if I lock the door, but, no, I mean, it's not that I'm completely opposed to it, I just think it would make it a little bit more awkward to be in there.
Yeah, well, you definitely have some cabinet space behind you.
I'd have cabinet space, I don't know if there's a working stove in there, if I got really bored, I could make cookies or something. But, no, I've got an office kind of picked out, and it's close to the state's attorney's office, it's close to, both Mr. Windhorst and, Mr. Stratmeyer's offices. And, then they're right across from where their secretaries are located. It's not the very first office when you turn to the right, but it's the second. So, if I.
Whatever Jeff and Gerald thinks best, that was just my opinion. I don't know what Joe wanted to talk.
Have you talked to Patrick about this office, or, I mean,
They all know, they even told me that the only way I'm ever gonna get it done is if I come over and talk to you, so I said, fine.
I don't know who else could use that office besides her, where she's wanting to go.
Just as long as you know, we could all, we can maybe move you in the future.
it's always a possibility,
Yeah.
because we don't know what's gonna
I do
happen.
think that they ought to move down like you're talking about.
Well, yeah.
If that office is big enough, are they all the same size through there?
No,
Oh, really?
The office that I'm talking about would be actually larger for you
it would.
if you moved out, or moved into the other office.
Well,
I mean, to me, it just didn't make sense to have wasted space down in that corner that's
Sure.
just a unused office.
Yeah,
well,
or an oddball, somebody's,
Yeah.
that don't belong down there.
I can check it out.
It's just, keep walking down that hallway and right after you go past the state's attorney's office is the, office to the left.
That's Josh's office.
Yeah, past Josh is on the left, not the right, the left. Josh is on the right.
Oh,
Okay,
it's on the left.
Huh?
It's on the left.
The office that,
you keep going left and right, you're really gonna get me
the
confused.
probation that's used is on the left.
Okay,
So just check, because originally we had talked about them using that whole square, that corner. So,
okay.
that way you might not have to move again
I hope everything is,
for a while.
yeah, is okay for
How
now.
many days a week are you here? 2?
Well, theoretically,
Okay.
it's not reality, but it's theoretic. In other words, I'm here for, days when I have court on Monday afternoon and all day Tuesday. That doesn't mean that there aren't other times that I'm in the office, but I don't always advertise when I'm in the office. I just pop in, and I try as much as possible, both in Pulaski County and in Massac County, not to let too many people know where I am if I'm trying to get paperwork done and things like that, because then I get interrupted over and over again. And it makes it more difficult. And I also set up appointments on
How many
days.
cases a year do you normally have to do, Massac?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I do know that this last week I got 10 new cases. I mean, that's not unusual.
You have to store all your stuff in your office, like all your files, that where you keep it.
I do.
Okay.
And because I have fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis, I usually use a table and put boxes of my files on the table to make it easier for me to get out my files. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right. Will I have to wait until the next time to figure out where I'm gonna go?
Well, he's,
I mean, I'm good with it as long as, she checks with probation.
yeah, I mean,
Well, it's like this, if I check with probation and it really ticks people off there, I have to work with them too. And I'll just take the one that I had already chosen, and if it's all right with them, well then, we can work it that way.
And if you're under the understanding you might have to move, again, in the future, if you do, we'll help you.
Well, I understand that too. I mean, after all, you're really in a bind with the condition of the courthouse right now.
yeah,
You're on the top 10 list of Illinois most endangered historic sites. You're number 10. And that will cost $5 million, that's what I saw on television. Okay,
yep.
thanks.
Thank you, ma'am.
Seen Ted by chance this morning?
I sure have.
I don't think she wants to ask them to move.
Three options, and then a fourth option, with some type of, binder for us with a fee. Looks like option one, $720 for, the air conditioners to all be serviced. Option two, $1,611, looks like it's for the, both heat and air, which will be twice a year visits. And then option three would just be, we just pay them an hourly rate, what that hourly rate would be. And, then it looks like these pages behind the proposal, it shows what they check when they do their checklist for heat and air, and a little bit about their company, and a copy of their liability insurance, so. Y'all read over this next week if you want. Yard over there needs to be mowed, over there by where we live.
That one's close
Keep the
enough
house
to where,
vacant.
that one's close enough.
Well,
to where-
mow it.
That's what I told him, I said,
Both of you got young boys needing something to occupy their time other than girls.
what do you want?
Hey,
Well,
that's
resources.
important now, Jeff. Come on.
So what you got going on, Joe?
Nothing special. Got out doing, started mowing a little bit last week, still mowing, and then mowing now till the cows come home, I guess. I don't have, we're just mowing with our regular guys right now. Our temporary guys are coming in on the 16th, so they're gonna take over, I guess. Two of them, and then one of our own guys will probably mow with him this summer, cause I'm only gonna do 2 temps this year. And that was doing some normal road maintenance stuff, ditching,
Same temps as last year, or different temps?
not the same guys. I don't know how long they've been doing it, but they've been doing it for some time now. Steve Bramer and George Phelps.
So you gonna redo Beaver's Road this year again for the city, or didn't last year?
No, I haven't done that since we've been here.
Oh, okay.
The last time I think the county did that for the city was back when Brad and I had Engineering Incorporated. We did the paperwork for it, and that was probably back 6, 7 years ago. But, that's kind of one of them things that if they wanted it done, it'd be great if we could do it, or if we know about it way before I do my
Tar and chip.
my maintenance estimate, because I'm almost gotta put it on there, but we can work something out if they want to do it.
I didn't know, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
potholes need to be fixed bad. I mean, even if we just coated it now, it wouldn't do any good. I mean, you need to almost do some work with some cold patch and
And then seal up with tar and chip.
I'm getting tired of driving on that road. I figure going around here pretty soon.
It's pretty rough.
I know, that's one of the main thoroughfares, we can go back and forth to our subdivision there, but. So, we're
That, that's the road that's got that grindings on it, or millings. It's falling apart right there in that 90 degrees. I don't know if anybody's been out there recently. I'd say the school bus is being to pieces.
on the east or west side of the
West
road.
end, right there.
Where it goes
Yeah.
to 90, yeah, okay.
Either that or just wet underneath there, maybe it ain't got much of a base. I don't know what you do with it. Can you blade that crap back down, or?
Yeah, you can blade it down, and we can actually
side.
Having a lot of problems with our low boy right now. Needs all new brakes, I guess, on it, cause they locked up and we ruined a couple tires cause it locked the wheels up.
It's, jammed over.
And they're in the process of doing that, so we can't move our big track hole right now.
Where is it, on Bose Road?
Yeah, we did a job out there and it's kinda stranded out there until we can get the low boy fixed.
I hear can move you. You don't hear about DOT or nothing.
Yep.
If you're ever interested in selling a low boy, we might be interested in buying one.
Tell you what, I like that detach.
Yeah,
It's not dangerous to get on. If it falls off, it'll fall at about
That
18
far.
inches, yeah.
yeah.
It don't hurt as bad, does it?
No. It's your feelings. But I think the other's a little faster. The rear load.
Yeah.
Joe, there's a guy on Orchard Road. You know where, Jeremiah's shop was?
Kind of way up on the north part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just down the hill from him. Yeah, I can't think
To
of
the south?
Yeah. It's over old Marcus' old place where Odetta was raised, I guess.
I know with the house you're talking about, but I don't know who has it.
That girl, I don't know if they're married or not, she's married to an Oliver guy, I think. I think it's Susie maybe. But, he hadn't got a culvert, he's just bottom of that hill, and he said there never had been a culvert in there. I just wonder if it's not played, they haven't lived there long, I just wonder if it's not played out.
Celtic, completely shut.
Yeah.
Well, how in the world would the water get through there if there
It
wasn't no
goes
culvert?
over the driveway now.
Well, it'd wash it out. Wouldn't
Well,
it?
yeah, that's what she's complaining about. So, but I guess if it never had been there, he'll just have to buy one like a new construction on it.
That's how we've been doing it, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
If it's actually buried and, there, if it's just silted in and buried, we can try to dig it out and fix it.
Clean it up or something,
Yeah.
but I bet you, if it's there, I bet it's some old concrete ones, I would bet you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
We'll
you wanna
check it
look
out.
at it or you want me to look at it?
I'll go out there and look.
If
Is
you,
it on the west or east side?
Be on the west side of Orchard Road, right?
West side,
yeah.
correct.
Down
Just-
kind
yeah,
of
just
flat.
south of where that shop.
yeah, just go down the hill and it's right there on the right. In fact, it's the only place on the right on that road after you go down that hill.
Okay. I'll go out and check it out, and if I can't find it, I'll call you.
Okay. It's Chris somebody, but I can't think of his last name.
Ain't Marcus, is it?
No? Got a strange name.
Other than that, don't have anything really. We're out trying to ditch some way, I don't know if you guys ever drive out that way, but out far east part of the county on Mount Sterling Road, that bridge that's the last one that you go over before you get to Unity School Road.
Yeah.
That water
It
outside.
floods in there too, don't it?
Yeah, it goes over the road there bad. We're out there trying to fix that. That creek, it's got some beaver dams built in it. It's got
Really?
all back.
Kind of some flat country out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't know if that road needed to be raised through there or what.
Wouldn't hurt, but, the beaver dam deal is what really got it bad.
Yeah.
Well, of course, the ditches are really flat too. I mean,
There's too much fall out there.
trying to make it better right now, so it doesn't go over the road anymore. Don't know if we'll get
I've
that.
seen the old road, I've seen like that 2 or 3 times a year maybe.
Mhm.
Goes over that road.
Yeah, when it rains pretty hard, it never gets real deep there, but
No,
it washes junk and stuff on the road.
costs a lot of money to raise that road, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You'd almost have to go all the way to the stop sign, just about, from the bridge all the way to the stop sign.
That's right.
Which is, that's, a couple thousand feet, I mean,
Yeah.
it's take a lot of material. We can do the work easy, but it's just
Yeah.
Money.
takes a lot of material.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyway, okay, all right, if you need it.
All right, thank you, Joe. Name's up, all right.
So far, so good.
88,000.
Morning, morning.
Now, next week's payroll, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
You better be coming up with some money.
That's what we're kind of.
We got payroll next week.
I mean, it's her fault.
Well, I'm going, it's my story today.
Auditors are here, got them set up in the small courtroom.
So they're here and working today, huh?
Where they at now?
In the small courtroom.
Okay.
I called
I
Joe
thought,
and he
or in that
said,
other room, I was like, we need to
oh,
get
that
them out.
downstairs.
Yeah, we don't need them in that room.
Yes, I think the drug test lady, whoever she is, was down there yesterday. And I'm like, Lori, I'm
clients?
pretty sure that that room doesn't need to be used. She
Yeah.
said, oh, okay, I'll ask.
Yeah, we
So,
can talk.
Get some police tape, we can take
Every day is
those.
off.
Hazmat tape.
and I don't know, there's like a ton of toys and stuff down there. I don't even know if those toys need to.
Oh, I see.
I just-
We can't use that room anymore?
Not until we get this fixed, we get that wrapped to get.
Okay, then I'll have to move election stuff.
That little
the
bitty
election.
room is what I'm talking about. Is there election stuff in
Right
there?
next to Lori, yeah, there's
Yeah.
election stuff.
That's where I was running my election this last time.
Okay, I thought it was just a table and some kids'
I'm
toys.
talking
in
about the
there.
playroom, that's
There
where
it
I've
it's
got
at.
two big
Yeah.
racks, it's got
There's a
election.
rack down one wall
I
that's
forgot.
got all her stuff.
But that's where that, we had the election stuff set up,
Okay.
you know, as they come in
Alright,
this last time.
Oh, you didn't do it in your office, huh?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
You normally do
they-
it there, don't you?
Well, yeah, but this is a different system. So we had it set up down there in that little room, and then I had a runner that would
Run it
run the
up.
results up to my office and over to the small courtroom.
Yeah, the old runner's off at college, and she
Yeah.
got too cool for it.
That and working.
I'd say Chrissy is supposed to be getting a total of the bills. Morning, so I'll try and pay some and hold on to some, I guess.
Would you expect some in this week?
I haven't got any emails on anything. I haven't got to check this morning either, so.
1983 from Comcast, that would be for the first quarter, correct?
I believe that was what was on. I did get a call from a lady this morning about that drug task force officer. They are sending that check today. To reimburse for that.
Who's called you there, state police, or?
I don't know, her name was Barbara. Can't remember where she said she was from, but anyway, she has our check.
She sent it, we'll spend it. All
That's
right,
all I have. Only if you need me.
we'll do. Jason, you wanna throw me some of them, I'll start reading through. I'm just trying to
This
work
top
on
one
the
here,
budget too.
I didn't know if we should be paying that or not, because it's like for the judge. Okay, let's see.
Sure.
I did talk to Barnhill this morning, and,
Come on up, tell us good news. You got bad news you gotta say back there.
we'll try to get the judge to pay that. He's gonna lower that ceiling and put a room for that air compressor right here in the courtroom. Judge is aggravated about that.
Oh, he was perfectly fine with it. Before, he said he'd take a break for 3 minutes, did he not?
I don't remember, but he probably did.
Did you ask him about the other bill? Is there a bill?
Yeah, he didn't say anything about it, so I guess it's still available.
Have you received the original, like, what they've done so far? I haven't received
I
it.
haven't seen a thing.
They gave it to you?
The only bill I've got, I was gonna bring this up, is from John Wells for some heating and air work, $1,544.
We signed it last week, I thought.
You were mailing the check for that? Cause the question I had was,
I'm not sure, but I think she did.
the account they took it out of was the account that I've got here, and it had like $2,000 in it for labor, miscellaneous labor, this was 1544, so I didn't know. Did you wanna do a new budget line item for that building, or amend this, or?
I don't know, what do you wanna do?
May just have to amend the budget. That makes sense. Are you saying there is an account with some funds in it that they've taken it out of?
You know, the fund that we set up for here last year, 104297, put
Okay.
like $2,000 in for miscellaneous labor, if something need to be fixed. Well, that's all.
Not the courthouse renovation fund, a different one.
And this is gonna go under the courthouse renovation, I mean,
Right.
right there,
Yeah,
and I didn't know if we had a fund already set up for that.
we had money in courthouse renovation. I don't know what the balance was.
30,000, some odd maybe.
I can't remember.
Why don't we change that
The code.
coding
So,
and,
That makes sense.
and put it on courthouse renovation?
okay.
How much problems, is that gonna be a nightmare for you?
No, not at all. Cause JJ does it.
Oh, it won't be a nightmare for you, huh?
No.
Well, that don't, just cause something's done down there in that office don't mean it's not gonna affect your system, does it?
Oh, it's not, no, that's fine. Just changing the account number isn't a big deal, really.
I'll tell Sandy.
Seriously.
John got this for us. This is for that grant that was on the fire alarm system, what they would charge to do inspection and pressure testing. It's just an estimate.
All that, you know that house that's next door to the building, that old berry patch,
The blue house, yeah.
that hadn't been mowed, and it was pretty high, I think I called Chad Beaumont just to see what he would charge us to mow it, be $30. What y'all think on that? It might be 60 the first time, just cause I mean, it's knee high right now, and I think the city abatement person, the person that's doing that, had that rolled out, that house.
So, the house on the corner is ours too?
Yeah.
Once it gets under control, I don't know if Marcia's got some people that can just mow it, and we can not have to pay that.
Okay. I'll have her go over and
But
look.
right now, I mean, it hadn't been mowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think it was mowed very much at the end of last year either, so it's pretty darn high right now. So he told me he would mow it today, and that way we wouldn't get anything from the city.
Roundabout.
Yeah,
I don't know how much yard is there, but
yeah,
How much, how's she getting her mowers up there at the bank?
I don't know.
They're push mowers, aren't they? She don't have a ride on
She
it.
got a rider.
she got a rider, she may ride it, I don't know.
She might.
Well, what's Norman up to? Norman can ride a bicycle pull mower, sure. You're pretty, connected, aren't you? Don't you normally talk?
I don't know how long it'd take that mower, it may not take 10 minutes to mow it.
It's gonna take it, this first time is
I
gonna
mean,
take.
after
Yeah,
it's mowed.
Well, it's got extra lot, I think, on these sides.
Oh, there?
Yeah. It's right against that next house there. But, you know, I just wonder if she could go over and mow it.
I don't know, I mean, I called her and I just asked her, I said, are you planning on mowing it? She said, I forgot about it, that we even owned that, and I said, I understand. I said, I had forgotten until I looked across the street and I noticed it. I said, let me call somebody, so I called him. He said he'd do it, you know, $30 each time. He said it's gonna cost a little bit more the first time, cause it's just really high. So maybe after we get it under control, maybe we can see if she's interested or, get some.
Jason, I've got that lot over there on 12th, you know what you've been wanting?
Yeah.
That guy mows it for $20. Bruce. Can't think of the last name now.
So,
Lives on Pearl Street.
I just wanna let you all know that,
It needs to be whacked anyhow,
yeah, if not, we're gonna get a fine.
get a nasty letter.
I'll see him, I'll ask him, he'd look at it tomorrow and see if he can do it better. But you just want this guy to do.
Well,
This guy- this
he's gonna
guy's-
hit it today, right?
Oh, well,
And after that, Marcia may be able to, but we can ask Marcia
Yeah.
tomorrow. I mean, if she just don't have time, she don't have time.
Did, Mr. Wells call you, or did you call him last week?
Yes.
How the other air conditioners?
We had a good conversation, you know, he said he checked, he told me all the units have been serviced, all the coils have been cleaned, all the filters have been changed. 9 units are working, the 10th one is up for the circuit clerk's office, it's not working. He thought, to repair it and put a new, I forget the new parts that he said, but to have it in good shape and running, it's probably gonna cost $1,500 to $1,800. And I said, well, let's just hold off on it right now. And we'll talk to Jeff and Gerald and see what their thoughts are, but a lot of times, you know, basement runs pretty decent temperature year round, but there's 2 units already down there running. So he thinks that it could maybe work out alright. As long as, you know, they just kept the doors open, let the air circulate in there. But what do y'all?
The basement shouldn't get crazy hot anyhow, should it?
Should, and then, also met with Thomas Reed, and he dropped us off a proposal to service the units year round. He gave us 3 options, so, Jeff and Gerald and I are gonna look at that this week.
that's just the way for it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then discount on parts and stuff if needed too, I think that's what he said. But, also, the other gentleman was interested in servicing it also. And, so that's 2 people that's interested, John and, Tom Brady. John feels like it's, pretty good shape right now to fall, if we need something, just say give him a call. That's what he does.
We still got the issue with the real estate in the probation office. You ever get around to looking at that?
Well, I thought it was fixed, but you're thinking it's not.
Let's say fix it, and I didn't know that. You let it last week.
Okay, well, I thought it was one of those air handler trays or something. I thought, maybe I misunderstood John, but I thought John said that there was a leak up there and the boiler was on, and we also had the air conditioner running at the same time. We had hot water going through, and,
That was the leak above the state's attorney's office area. That's where that was, because that unit sits right above it.
I misunderstood him. I thought he said we had that little fixed facility. I thought he meant,
On the northeast.
yeah. I didn't know he meant that.
After one in probation in that one office, it's been leaking every time it rains. It's leaking.
You mean the office they're not using? So it's probably leaking last week in the rain, or the weekend even, I bet.
It's around that dorm or somewhere.
What, can Mr. Barnhill find that, or what do y'all think?
See that, what Ted's talking about, that air unit, I guess that's leaking behind it, isn't it? I thought that was at the end of the building, but
No.
there's more attic back in there.
Yeah, the one above Patrick's office, there's a pan underneath it, and once it was plugged up, and the other time it was running wide open, then it never would defrost.
Oh,
It sounds like he's got that fixed.
Yeah, he said he, shut down the boiler and whatever, you know, whatever you have to do with that. So he said it's, you know, it's, ready for summer and spring. It's not working. But at one time, I guess it was running. Like he said, you know, wasn't efficient for us, but we didn't have no idea. But he did say that was that boiler system's a really inefficient heat system for the building. So that's kind of like the best models you can get, that type of system with the boiler. So we still need to get that.
I think they need, because you'll have to catch it when it's raining and get up there and see what it is, and they'll have to walk those trusses all the way back.
Alright. That's a bummer. I thought we had it fixed.
Only 3 times I know that it's leaked, has been 3 times when it's rained.
Chrissy just got back to me and said that she paid that bill last week. That John
Wells.
Wells.
But thinking,
That will
You
change
can
the
still
account
recode
number.
it.
Yeah.
so I got,
See, Ed, how much is this sprinkler inspection?
we had two,
It's per the
two
hour,
different
isn't it?
prices,
Is it, well, there's
1
about
year and
4.
3 year.
$5.55 is one, I guess. The reason I asked, are these guys come from Champaign? Or are they down here all the time, wonder?
They do the jail once a year. I'm not sure where they're from. I thought it said on there where they're from.
Champaign. I wonder if they could do it at the same time or every year?
I mean, I don't know if they've already done ours this year or not.
It's our copy.
Got a hotel full,
Yep.
40 of them,
Right,
50.
yeah.
How do you, I know you helped with that murder trial last week. How did everything
Real
flow?
smooth.
Everything was good?
Really smooth.
Okay. So no suggestions of anything we need to do different or?
Yeah. We left last week, they were fixed to put up another wall down there. Make the bathrooms in the basement more private for the jury and the judge and them, but other than that, everything went pretty smooth.
Yeah, I think there was some talk or maybe about one of those bathrooms leaving it for the public to use and the other bathroom just for the jury to use. You know, put a wall in between them, you know what I mean? I don't
Well,
know.
he told me this morning that last wall he never did put up, it's just sitting there ready for that.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why he hasn't.
I don't know, I just,
And that'll be the one for that, separating those.
You talking to Barnhill or the,
Yeah.
I thought, I don't know, Jeff is chairman, if he wants to talk to the judge and kind of figure out the plan.
I can do that.
Yeah, so, cause I think right now, just by listening to the conversation today, he's wanting to take that room where the compressor's at, right? And put a wall up, and then put a drop-in ceiling and make that the jury room, right?
I think so.
Then you would come out that door and turn right and access that one bathroom right there. And there'd be a wall on this side, so the public could use the other bathroom. And then he has an internal door now on both sides of this, both ends of this hallway that I assume he's gonna have locked to prevent the jury from coming out and walking straight down his hallway to his office. So, I think what you had suggested earlier, that that Mr. Barnhill said that the judge and then might be willing to pay for that.
He said we didn't have the money, he had the money to pay for it.
So, and then the room that they used last time for the jury room, which is next to the bathroom, I understand they might make that a temporary small courtroom. And just leave it the way it is, kind of, you know where I'm
Okay, if I'm walking down the hall and the bathrooms are on my right, where is this room you're talking about?
You walk down those steps and there's a kitchen right in front of you, it's the room to the left of that.
Okay.
That's where the jury room was this last week. But I think they're planning on I think they feel like they can get the waiver to use that as a small courtroom for temporary basis.
The way it was last week, anytime you move the jury to the jury room, they can't have access to the public. So when they wanted to use the restroom, we had to clear the courtroom. We had to go upstairs, make sure nobody come down the stairs or the elevator, so nobody had access to them. This way, the judge can put them in another room and they just walk right through that door.
Right. And there'll be a permanent wall, I guess, there. That way that, you know, people can't see them, yeah.
I'll holler at the judge and see what the plan is, I guess.
Thank you.
That's good.
We forgot to meet Dana, we're gonna have her to do this with, Department of Labor stuff. Which,
that time, we'll rock on. You gotta leave?
I do have to.
We don't have to sign those.
You just not getting?
What time you gotta leave? I was gonna try to talk about this budget before you leave real quick.
Do you need to leave right now?
No?
Well, take off, you gotta go.
What do you need to know, Jason?
I just need to know if we're ready to, vote on it, to put it on display.
Law Library Fund,
What are all the figures in there?
not yet, they're not.
The Law Library Fund, you talked to Patrick, right?
I've talked to Patrick, I've talked to Larry, I've talked to Dan.
Well, Patrick said he gave you a number, right?
Yes.
So we got the Law
Actually,
Library.
that may be one that I think Lynn is typing that up right now, so that may be one that is done.
Okay.
Page 37, drug traffic. The sheriff told me to talk to Patrick about that just this morning. Although, he also told me that there's no way that he can, you got carryover, then you got receipts. Well, the carryover is a year-ending balance, which we finally have, I think, a solid number on. And the receipts, they have no way of knowing that. So do you guys wanna just
Just keep track of the carryover.
come on down and, I mean, just put the carryover number where it says total? That's what he suggested I ask Patrick what to do. I didn't know whether Patrick had stopped by or not. I haven't talked to him since I was on the phone with Ted earlier.
How about, jury fees and expenses? From there,
Jury fees, is that on page 19?
I don't have,
I think it is. That's one, yes, that one is done.
jury fees is done.
Yeah.
Document storage.
We have a ending balance, but, really don't know what the receipts is gonna be. Same thing. And really the same thing on courtroom security, because that comes from fines that the judge assesses.
What, could we have those figures by next week?
I don't
Well,
know. I took 6 hours of vacation today to come today, so I thought we was gonna have fun. I gotta go to work here at noon, so. So you're saying we got 3 left: document storage, ending balance and receipts, drug trafficking, and courtroom security.
Mainly it's the anticipated receipts, and I don't know that any of them's gonna know that.
Why couldn't we just put the ending balance?
That's what I think. I mean, I don't know what else to do, and I don't think Patrick's gonna. I know he's not gonna have a guesstimate.
Well, we can call and see if we can reach him real quick. It's an unfortunate thing not having him in here, this building. See if it's available.
Bet you Dana's tired of being in our office.
Hey, Caleb, Jason, is Patrick available? Alright. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Good, hey, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone in our meeting, okay? Got a couple questions real quick about, Jeff has a few questions. Hold on just a second. Alright, go ahead.
Can you hear me all right?
I think so.
Okay. On the document storage fund, we have a year-ending balance, and then the next line is receipts. we have no way of, I can't find anybody to give us a guesstimate even of what the receipts, the anticipated receipts would be for 2016. Should we just carry the year-ending balance down, or what's your thoughts on that?
I would guess that the document storage is funded through fees of the court system. All traffic tickets, felonies and misdemeanors have the fee assessed. So I would think that whatever we collected in 14 or 15 would be pretty similar to what our receipts will be this year for that fund.
Who would have that figure? Dana?
Dana should have it, be able to tell you how much money came into that account or that fund last year or the year before.
Okay. How about, you told me, do you anticipate $12,000 in the law library fund to be, that's what it's gonna cost to run that?
It will be less to run the law library. I think last year the law library ran at about $8,000, maybe a little bit between $8,000 and $8,500.
Okay.
The issue is if something is done with the books, to move the books, and then also maybe to put them somewhere in the annex building, you may want to budget more to cover that expense.
Okay. Well, I've got $12,000. Should I put the $12,000 where it says disbursements? Wouldn't that be basically what we are budgeting for that?
Yes,
Okay.
but I don't know that, that $12,000 figure is whatever you or the commissioners believe is appropriate to cover that expense. The cost of the upkeep has been between $800 and $8,500.
Yeah. Well, the carryover is 68,000.
Right.
So what do you think we should put for receipts on that?
I think last year it brought in, it was, just a second, I should have that figure here somewhere. Last year it took in just over, it was $6,147 it took in.
Okay.
And we spent $8,400.
That's right. You told me we were running a deficit.
Right.
So do you think it's fair to say $6,000?
I think so.
Okay.
And the only other thing, if you wanted to be more precise, is to check with Dana. That's just 1 year. If you want to see what 14 or 13 had, but that's what 15 was.
How about courtroom security fund? That's what they have been reimbursing county general for the security officers, I believe.
It's either that or the cost of the bailiff.
It's a cost of bill.
Yeah, there is a reimbursement that money that's collected is reimbursed in the general fund.
What do you think we should anticipate for it to be collected?
I would not know. I would just be guessing. I would say that it will probably be pretty similar to what it's been the last several years.
Okay. Have we talked about drug traffic prevention yet?
I believe that is an account sheriff.
He told me to talk to you.
Okay.
We have a year-ending balance of $20,142, but is that funded through fines as well?
I would have to ask either the treasurer or the sheriff if that's different from the sheriff's asset forfeiture fund. You know if it's the same or different from the asset forfeiture fund.
Yeah. really, there's no way of knowing that, cause we don't know who is, there's no there's no way of knowing who will get pulled over with what in their car, is there?
No, and the only, like with the state streets, that's a forfeiture fund, but I had a balance, carryover, I think of $4,000, so I just budgeted that $4,000. And then if there's more, it's not all spent, obviously there'll be more for next year. If there's something like for this year, then we'll know what to spend for that year. And I don't know what that's been used for in the past. I know some of the funds and maybe that fund that was used to purchase automobiles for the sheriff.
Well, I think that covers everything that's not been covered, I guess, that I know of. Unless Jason can think of something else.
Yep.
Alright, we'll be in touch. Thank you. That make heads or tails to you? It's hard to get a number.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, most of them, you just have to put a handy balance. Because it's an unknown what you're
Yeah.
gonna get.
That suits me fine if you wanna just carry it down.
So do you have the numbers written out for
I
them?
do. I think she's actually got a page or two.
It won't take her long to get it typed up.
One day just put this on the agenda for next time, if you all wanna vote on something like this for the sprinkler system or just what?
Whose idea, I mean, is this something the judge is pushing for, or somebody mentioned this to you, or?
No, no one's mentioned it to me. I think the sheriff just mentioned it. So, I don't know if our insurance company requires us to do this.
We're required by law.